What is going on, guys? I'm Daniel with Hustle Everyday, and today we are replacing the high pressure power steering hose on a 4th gen 2015 Ram 2500. I'm doing this because I'm getting this little bit of a sound. It almost sounds like my air conditioning's running. I try to let you hear it, but you probably wouldn't hear it over my exhaust. It sounds like I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that is what I'm hearing. I've done some research, and there is a nylon hose in there that can start to break down. I've already unhooked the hose once about a week ago. The nylon hose had not pulled out, but I am thinking that maybe the nylon hose on the inside is starting to break down. So we got a new hose from O'Reilly, and we're going to go ahead and replace it and see what happens. So stay tuned. Let's get to the action. This is the hose we're using. It is a Precision. It is model number 13404-137. Brand new. Hasn't even been opened yet. And this is what we'll be using to replace the high pressure hose inside this Ram. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have to pull the belt off of the power steering pump because there is very limited room down there to get to the bottom of this hose. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to start by removing the top of the line up here just by using a crescent wrench and a size 18 wrench. It's pretty easy. Just hold this little black piece right here and it pops right off. So we'll get that done and then we'll move on down to the bottom of the hose. You'll also probably want to have some sort of shop towels or something handy because when you remove this hose, it is going to drain some power steering fluid if you're in a driveway or something like that. This will help to keep that power steering fluid from draining on your driveway. Though you're probably going to get a little bit on there, so you may want to throw a pan underneath the car. This will just help to catch some of the initial fluid that comes out when you unhook it. Alright, so we got the top part removed. I have a little towel underneath there catching some of the fluid. I was able to very carefully bend this line back to give me some room to get down in there. It does look like it's going to be a size 16 wrench, so I'm going to try to get down there. There's not a whole lot of room, but I may have to take the belt off, like I said, but I'm going to try to get this down there and see if I can break it free. I did very carefully spray a little bit of penetrating lubricant down there because it looks like the top is rusted. But, you know, try not to get too much on my belt because we obviously don't want belt slipping. So I'm going to try to get this down there, see if I can get it loose, and I'll be right back. All right, so it is a little bit tight down there, so I did need to remove the belt just off of the power steering pump. I left everything else pretty much wrapped up, so I know how it ran. Unfortunately, it is a 3/8, not a 1/2, so you do need to use an adapter if you have a 1-inch breaker bar. There should be just enough room if you move the fan and give yourself room to go in between the blades. So now that we've done that, I do have a little bit more room down there to get a wrench and hopefully break it free. So let's see if we can get it, and again, I'll be right back. Alright, so once we removed the belt, we were able to get that to break free. It really wasn't too hard. That's the nice thing about working with lines like this that have power steering fluid running through them. They typically stay pretty lubricated, so oftentimes it makes that type of stuff easier to break free. Now we're going to go over, we're going to get our new hose ready because I have not completely removed the bottom side of that hose because I want to try to limit the amount of fluid that drains out. So let's go over here and take a look at the hose. So this is our new hose. It did come with 2 little black O-rings, but I actually have my own set of H&BR O-rings. I found the exact size. They're the green ones. These are typically better at withstanding high temperatures, high pressures, things of that nature. So I'm going to use my own little O-rings there because I trust them more. We're going to go over there and we're going to go ahead and finish getting the last part of the line off down there, which is pretty much hand loose now, so we'll get that off and we'll go ahead and start getting the new one installed. All right, we're done. Didn't lose a whole lot of power steering fluid, a little bit there, and you can see there's a little mark there where the hose was sitting, so I am going to top it off with a little bit of fluid. It really wasn't that hard, though it does get a little bit tight down there, so a little trick that I recommend is taking one size larger wrench. So a 16 is what you need, but I took a 17 and that just helps me turn it because you don't have to fit it on perfect to get it to turn. And then once you get it snug enough, you can take your size 16 and tighten it up. It looks like my reservoir, if you can see down there, is maybe only about 1 inch or 1.5 inches low. So I am going to run down to the auto parts store and make sure I top the reservoir off with power steering fluid. You don't even want it to be an inch low because it can cause your pump to suck air in and cause whining and moaning and groaning for different reasons. So that is the next thing I'm going to do. Get that topped off and we'll be good to go. I got the belt back on, started the truck. I am no longer hearing that kind of shh sound inside, so I'm thinking it was the hose. We'll drive it around a little bit, check it out after we get the power steering fluid topped off. That's about it. It's an easy job. If you're hearing that noise, I'd recommend replacing your hose, see what happens. It's not super expensive. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. It means so much to me. And like I always say, hustle every day, figure things out, keep making that money. Don't pay people to do things that you can do on your own. And until next time, take it easy, guys.